Saturday morning. Steve, thank you. Now to Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry with how the words of President Obama and members of his team, past and present, jibe on the downed plane and a Middle East in turmoil.
Burned by drawing a red line on Syria and then not following through, President Obama is all about caution as he deals with twin crises, declining to demand that Russian President Vladimir Putin take his troops off the Ukrainian border and flatly taking any offensive U.S. military option off the table in the wake of 298 people being killed when the Malaysian Airlines jetliner was shot down.
We don't see a U.S. military role beyond what we've already been doing in working with our NATO partners and some of the Baltic states, giving them reassurances that we are prepared to do whatever is required to meet our alliance obligations.
And in the wake of the Israeli invasion of Gaza, the president again pushed for a ceasefire that has not held in a phone call with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
In fact, while I was having the conversation with Prime Minister Netanyahu, sirens went off in Tel Aviv.
Those sirens in Israel a sign the world is not quite as tranquil as the president's team has been suggesting. And Republicans are pouncing on the jetliner disaster to suggest the president has been AWOL.
There's American perception of American weakness throughout the world, and we are paying a very heavy price for it, and we will continue to until we have a restoration of American strength.
A stark contrast in the presentations today from the president and his own ambassador to the United Nations, Samantha Power. The White House, the president projected a passive tone, saying he didn't want to get ahead of the facts over who was responsible for the shootdown. And he spoke of trying to bring Russia, Ukraine, and pro-Russian separatists together for a ceasefire, while openly acknowledging Putin is holding more cards.
If Mr. Putin makes a decision that we are not going to allow heavy armaments and the flow of fighters into Ukraine across the Ukrainian-Russian border, then it will stop. He has the most control over that situation. And so far, at least, he has not exercised it.
Before the United Nations Security Council, Power was aggressive in pinning the blame for the shootdown on the separatists and declaring any ceasefire is squarely in Putin's hands.
This war can be ended. Russia can end this war. Russia must end this war.
While the president's former Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, is suggesting that pressure will have to come from European allies, not the White House.
To put Putin on notice that he has gone too far and we are not going to stand idly by. So the Europeans have to be the ones to take the lead on this.
Now, Fox has just confirmed the last few moments from a senior administration official that the president is authorizing an extension to the deadline in terms of Iranian nuclear talks. They were supposed to be facing a deadline this Sunday. It's going to be extended now until late November. That could give more time to get a deal, obviously, but they could face a lot of criticism from not just Republicans but Democrats on the Hill who said they wanted that deadline, otherwise new sanctions against Iran. Bret?
Ed Henry live on the North Lawn. Ed, thank you.